never been able to unsee it.
Okay, so that's not really hidden. That's more of like a cool feature. I feel like that should be in a completely different compartment than a hidden secrets video, but you know, whatever, man. Maybe hidden for you. What is up, everybody? TGS here. Welcome back to another video, and as you can tell, my hair is currently a mess. Anyways, with that being said, we're gonna be making a reaction video today. Sorry I haven't uploaded in a while. Let's get on into it. Let's get on into it. Give me 1 second. We're just gonna make sure. He does a little. There we go.
The Walt Disney World theme parks are all about the details. Imagineers have meticulously included so much for us Disney fans to explore and discover. So let's go on a little scavenger hunt through the parks, discuss some Disney history, and count down 10 hidden secrets at Walt Disney World. Number 10. Over on Pirates of...
Let's be so for real. Hidden. Alright, so we're going to put air quotes around the hidden part now, because if they were hidden, they still wouldn't be known.
the Caribbean, skeletons can be found all throughout the first couple of scenes on the ride. They play a big part in setting up the story. But before you even enter the ride, on the outside, there is actually an optical illusion that creates this sort of hidden skull. So just below the mast holding the Pirates of the Caribbean sail, you'll find this pile of stone. From this angle, they're nothing too special, just some gray stone, but that changes once you make your way around to the other side. Now, from this angle, you can start to see a broken skull, missing part of the forehead and the eye socket. Do you see it?
That's
well,
cool.
If you can't, the missing piece filled in should give you a better idea of it. It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Then while you're on the actual ride, these rocks on the left are actually an illusion sculpture, and they form another skull. For the longest time, I was totally oblivious to it, but once someone pointed out the skull to me years ago, I've never been able to unsee it.
Okay, so that's not really hidden. That's more of like a cool feature. I feel like that should be in a completely different compartment than a hidden secrets video, but you know, whatever, man. Maybe hidden for you. But yeah. One of the things that I will say, I haven't been to Disney World ever. Haven't been to much amusement parks. I'm kind of trapped in the fun world where we're detached from everybody else. Yeah, Alaska's very fun, guys.
Number 9. Just before the entrance at Epcot, you can find the Leave a Legacy display. As part of Walt Disney World's Millennium Celebration.
And the Leave a Legacy display, guys, literally if you pay attention to it, it shifts colors. No, it's probably something a lot different from that, but you know, had to throw in something to keep you guys entertained. All right, we content. All right, that's the point of content. All right, I'm not just here to react to some video. Otherwise, it'd be like,
which began in 1999. Disney launched this program, which allowed guests to have their etched photo displayed on granite slabs in the old entrance.
see, you guys just don't want that. You don't want me to not just be dead silent in the video. So we're gonna make sure that we're mentioning random things. Okay, I misheard everything he said.
Guests to have their etched photo displayed on granite slabs in the old entrance.
Oh.
Well, back in 2019, Disney began removing the granite stones, and the new display was revealed in February of 2021. Well, for all you 90s kids, did you know that the 5 members from NSYNC actually have their pictures on display? Yeah, they've been in the park since 1999, but to find them today on the new display, you're gonna want to head over to the beginning and find panel number 7. Now, once you're at row 68, move over to the middle where you'll then see the 5 members of NSYNC. We have Joey Fatone, Justin Timberlake, Chris, Lance Bass, and JC. Early in their careers, NSYNC performed at Walt Disney World many times, and this is how they left a permanent mark. Well, it might be permanent. The Leave a Legacy contract stipulated that the pictures had to be displayed for at least 20 years from the purchase date.
Okay, so that's cool that they had a, leave a legacy thing going on, which is pretty much being like, hey, your family portrait's going to be etched on this little thing and it'll be on there forever. I think that's really cool. Interesting as well, because, like, imagine 50 years from now. A huge chunk of these people could not be alive, and I mean, that could be a huge part of history, even like 100 years from now, hundreds of years from now. That's still going to be there. They're going to be looking at that in the history books and be like, what were they saying back then? What does this mean? And in reality, it quite literally was just portraits of people.
Since the program ended in 2007,
could that really be just what, like, ancient things were? Some of the things that were like, what were they saying back then? And it's really just, that's my selfie, bro. Don't know what else to tell you.
this means they have to be displayed until at least 2027. Just thinking about how much it would cost to remove, I could see Disney keeping Leave a Legacy around for as long as they can. Number 8. When the Country Bear Musical Jamboree opened in July, we didn't just get a new refreshed version of the show. Disney also added a brand new showcase in the lobby which celebrates the different eras of the Bears' careers and their achievements. There's a lot of fun stuff in here, and like usual, Disney Imagineers included so many little details that are very easy to miss. So let's take a look around. This case to the right of the front door highlights the making of the musical Jamboree. This includes Ernest's burnt-up rehearsal fiddle on display, which is right on brand. And then there's Henry's rough set list on a napkin from Disneyland's Hungry Bear restaurant. Pause the video because there are some clever things written on it.
Yeah. Huh. I mean, that's kind of cool.
Then in this case to the left of the theater doors, it shows off all the Bears awards and accolades. This includes a Barry Poppins movie poster. I mean, Trixie has nothing on Julie Andrews. Then there's there's
gonna be some of you guys, back in my day, or you're gonna have other people that are gonna be like, you're too young. You're too... Brother, I'm 21 this year. To my classification, you're probably in your 30s, late 20s. If you're in your late 20s, I don't know. Alright, yeah, maybe I am a baby to you. But we gotta realize there's people in, like, younger grades. I think my sister's turning 18. She was 2007.
Kodak film.
I mean, there's other people that are happening that are different age groups, and it's interesting to see how time works. So, just saying, not a younging. I mean, maybe maybe a 50-year-old or things like that. But, alright, guys. I'm literally legally allowed to drink soon. Alright, let's chill out.
Canister that appears to be a behind-the-scenes feature which is dated 1971. This references the attraction's opening year, and speaking of opening years, just below you'll find some fan mail displayed. Now all of the letters are stamped by the post office, but there are only 3 different stamps. Each one of them is significant because they represent the opening year from the 3 Country Bear attractions around the world and the land they opened in. The first stamp says Frontierland, and it's dated October 1st, 19...
Okay, that's cool. Again, for people that have been there since day one. This is kind of not really that hidden. This is kind of more of a theorizer's dream who sees things and is like, I remember that exact month, date, and year. whoa. And it's, you know, then you got me over here, and I'm like, dog, that's literally 30 plus years before I was born. I don't know. Congrats for you, all right? I don't know. Personally, I don't know. Now, no hate towards you guys. No hate. There is no hate. I'm just saying, I don't know.
1971, which is obviously the opening here at Magic Kingdom. This next one is marked Bear Country with a
Hair got stuck in my damn glasses. Torture.
date of March 24th, 1972. That is the opening of the Country Bear Jamboree at Disneyland in California. And then this last one is
Oh, that's cool, though. See, I look at things like that, and I'm like, dude.
of the Country Bear Jamboree at Disneyland.
It's so weird to think about that. Because, like, my dad, alright, he was an 80s, 90s kid. He got to go to Disney World. He got to go to Disneyland. And the things that he probably saw are so much more different than what I got to see. I can see now. I mean, there's rides that are made that I know he's never even been on. But he used to go there all the time with his family because he used to live in California. I don't know why they decided to come to Alaska. You know, I'm going to be really honest. We went from going to, I mean, okay, granted, the pricing to live in California is horrible. But, I mean, Alaska? Alright, guys. We want to go to good old 40 below.
Land in California. And then this last one is marked West.
I like how this is a reaction. I'm just giving beef with my family. I don't have beef with my family. I'm just giving, like, you know, little, why do we do this? Why do we do this, guys? And you guys are just getting tons of lore drops from me now. It's a shame.
Western Land and is dated April 15th, 1983. Well, that just happens to be the opening of the attraction at Tokyo Disneyland.
There's a Disneyland in Tokyo. I mean, yes, that makes sense.
Number 7.
That makes sense.
Disney's Grand Floridian Resort takes architectural inspiration from Hotel del Coronado
That's
in
pretty.
California. Here in Florida, Imagineers
Wow.
ended up building their own version of the wooden Victorian beach resort, and it's truly the definition of elegance at Walt Disney World.
That is gorgeous.
From front to back, the Victorian theme continues all throughout the lobby with even tiles to match. Well, when you first enter the lobby from either the first or second floor, you're met with this gorgeous floral mosaic that frames the Grand Floridian logo. At first glance, it looks pretty ordinary, but hidden in the mosaic are some very well-known Disney characters that actually make up the ends of the leaf designs. On the bottom right, we have the one
Very hidden. Okay, guys, you cannot see that shit. You see Mickey Mouse? How did you see it? That's Daffy Duck, actually. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Can't you see the little... Yeah, Daffy Duck.
one and only Mickey Mouse. Just above him on the top is Donald Duck.
Okay.
Across
Donald Duck, my bad. Mix the Looney Tunes and... You know what? They both got D's in the names. Give me a break, guys.
the top on the other side, we have
How can you not see that? That's not hidden. Dead ass if you can't see that, bro. I don't know what's wrong with you.
Goofy, and then just below him is Minnie Mouse. Oh, and we can't forget
The Minnie Mouse one, you could tell it's... Okay. Hang on.
Goofy,
Hang on.
and then just below him is
You could tell that's kind of Minnie Mouse, but it's also like, who is that? It looks like Mickey, but it has a bow. I don't know who you are, you know, type of thing, but...
Minnie Mouse. Oh, and we can't forget Pluto in the center, making up the front
That's cute.
leaf of the flower.
I love that.
Thousands of people walk right across the mural and never notice any of these characters.
Or they notice, but they don't care. Because they're in a giant-ass cathedral-like fucking building, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot more things to look at than some fucking tiles. I'm giving shit. I'm giving shit for no reason. Alright, let's just continue it.
It's a really clever detail. Now, these aren't the only characters, though, that are hidden in mosaics here at the resort. Over by the elevators, if you look down at the ground, Tinkerbell makes up the rest.
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can't see her, but you look really close. Right there, that's actually Peter Pan.
Of the flower in the center. Then over by the Garden View Lounge at the back of the lobby,
All right, be
you can find
so
a not
for
so hidden
real,
Mrs. Potts
brother.
and Chip on either end.
Be
It's not often
so
that
for
details from
real.
the hotels make it on these lists, but since Grand Floridian is on the monorail line, it's a really easy one to get to.
Alright.
Number 6. The extended queue at Muppet Vision 3D barely gets used. I bet some of you didn't even realize there was an extended queue, right? Well, it's that green awning tucked against Grand Avenue, and honestly, nowadays, it's only really used as an overflow queue for Rise of the Resistance. Although it's usually roped off, you are still able to see some fun Muppet details that are just kinda hidden away. So here in the queue, every single surface
They all
and
have
object
eyes.
has been Muppetified. Whether it's just adding a pair of eyes or some eyebrows, each figure takes on its own personality and it comes right to life.
That's cool. Okay, that's cool. That is something that, you know, it has like a little sweet. It opens people's hearts to being like, oh, the Muppets, you know. I think that's cool.
If you head up to the entrance and take a
You guys
turn
are
to the
just gonna
right,
smack
you
my
can get a
table.
much better glimpse at some of the gags at the back of the building. This blue pipe was cleverly turned into Gonzo's nose, and then over here in this area, even the speakers up above received wigs and their very own pair of Muppet Vision 3D glasses. In all my years going to Walt Disney World, I have never used the extended queue, and it was only recently that I discovered these details once curiosity got the best of me. I mean, stuff like this is the key to Muppet humor. And speaking of key, when you get inside and past the security booth, it says there's a key under the mat. And if you lift the mat, well, you'll find that secret key. This has always been one of my favorite hidden secrets at Hollywood Studios. It's just one of those details that really makes the Disney difference. Number 5. Back in 2022, all the animatronics in the finale of Carousel of Progress received some new costumes. Aside from the mention of car phones, it brings them just that much closer to the 21st century.
Yeah.
But hidden on some of the new clothing are nods to Disney theme park history. First off, the daughter and son are both wearing these reindeer slippers. Well, the reindeer on them is what's known as the silly reindeer, and this was the character design that used to appear in the parks during the Christmas parades.
Didn't know that. Never been there for the Christmas parades either. I haven't been there in general. I think I've mentioned this before.
The daughter is also wearing a hoodie for Progress Tech School of Urban Planning, which not only pays tribute to Carousel of Progress, but also to the model of Progress City. Today you can find part of the model on the People Mover, but originally when Carousel of Progress was at Disneyland, after the show you would exit upstairs to view the entire model of
What in the Attack on Titan is going on right now?
Walt's Progress City. Then over in the kitchen, we have John wearing an apron that says My Food Rocks. This calls back to Food Rocks, which was an animatronic show that followed after Kitchen Cabaret in the land.
The title, the font. Food Rocks. It matches with you collide them, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing.
At Epcot. Lastly, on the son's shirt, you'll notice a logo, and it's actually a take on a few of the logos for Walt Disney's Mineral King Ski Resort. It was planned for Sequoia National Park in California, but it never ended up coming to fruition. The ski resort was, however, where the idea for the Country Bear Jamboree was born, and the new show even features a tribute to its roots.
Our next performer used to play with the Mineral Kings, but he's here now. A furry firestorm of fiddling Floridian fury.
Number 4. Did you know that the Sir Mickey's gift shop in Fantasyland is actually based off 2 different Mickey films?
Avery? What are you barking at? Hello? What are we barking at, sir? Go back to your naps.
Yeah, so the first one is The Brave Little Tailor, and the story is told through the window displays outside. If you peek into the window on the right side of the building, it features a poster that reads Giant at Large, which is a direct nod to this sign
cartoon.
seen at the beginning of the film.
That's
Here
cool.
Donald's seeing red, so looks like chaos is about to ensue. Then on this window at the front, you'll see Mickey's tailor room with a mannequin and a sign that says Out Giant Hunting. In the short, Mickey is instructed by the king to go out and find the giant.
Yeah.
Where exactly did Mickey...
I had a classical cartoon thing my dad got me, and I used to watch a bunch of classic cartoons. That was one of the classic cartoons, and that's cool to see that being brought in. That's
go?
cool.
Well, you'll need to enter the gift shop, which then begins to tell the story of Mickey and the Beanstalk. It's here by the cash register you'll find Mickey standing on the beanstalk, beginning his quest to look for the giant. Where is he? Well, you don't need to look too far, because if you look up, you'll actually see Willie the Giant lifting the ceiling and peeking
That's
into the gift shop.
sick.
This is a little nod to the scene near the end of the film where Willie peeks inside the house. Even though it's right there in your face, this is another one of those details that's really easy to miss, especially if you're just looking at the merch.
See, now it's things like this that really frustrate me. How is that easy to miss, brother? You see a giant hand and you're not questioning anything? I'm going shopping. Wow, look at that big hand. Anyways, I'm going shopping. Alright, bro. So, look at this, right? Right above all this. No one's noticing this big hand.
Merchandise in the store. Remember, always check your surroundings in the parks, because you never know what you're missing.
That's crazy to me that people miss it.
Number 3. Baseline Tap House at Hollywood Studios opened in 2017, but prior to becoming a place to grab a beer, this used to be the writer's stop. It was this cute and cozy cafe themed as the set of a little bookshop.
Oh.
Well, in April of 2016, the shop closed while Disney demolished the streets of America to make way for Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Once the leftover facades opened as Grand Avenue, the building was turned into Baseline Tap House. It was quite the transformation, and now it's themed as an old Los Angeles printing company. Inside, there's all the decor to match, with printing supplies around every...
That's sick. I love that. Old stuff like that, oh, dude, sign me up. This is why I'm absolutely obsessed with museums. I'm obsessed with all classical things. I love retro stuff. I'm a big fan of that. No, I mean, Las Vegas had some really cool museums and things like that. Washington, D.C. has really cool museums. I gotta see more. I love history. History is like a fun, super fun thing. I love history so much.
Every nook and cranny. Well, since Grand Avenue is set in California, it appears they did some printing for Disneyland's opening day and even screen printed some of the attraction posters. You can see all the printing stages for the Storybook Land poster.
Oh.
Well, directly in front of the doors, there are these shelves with all kinds of printing supplies. There's a lot going on, but what you can also find are 11 gray letters which from left to right end up spelling Writer's Stop. They're actually meant to be the old letters from the Writer's Stop sign. Whether they're the originals or duplicates, you can see it's the same typeface and font. The
That's
golden
cool.
years of Disney MGM Studios are now long gone, but this hidden tribute acts as a subtle reminder of the past.
I like that. I mean, they're still bringing stuff back. So
Number
that's-
2. In 1971,
Whoa.
Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room originally opened as Tropical Serenade.
See, we're getting cooler and cooler. We started out with the lame-ass shit, and now we're getting super cool. I love this. This we should have started with, and we should have kept going deeper into the cooler stuff. There was no reason for me to show me Mickey Mouse is a leaf. Tinkerbell is actually Peter Pan. Oh my gosh. Or, that's not the truth over there. We all saw Tinkerbell on there. Unless you guys think I'm actually telling you that, we can go back. Not me, you. You can go back and look at that. Not me, I'm not doing that.
The building was known as the Sunshine Pavilion, and it wasn't until August 2011 that it was changed to Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room. Now, the pre-show with Clyde and Claude is still the original from 1971, and this means references to the original name of the attraction still exist in the pre-show. At the beginning, Clyde says,
"One day we discovered this magic sunshine pavilion." Hi, Joe. Yes.
And then at the end of the pre-show, Claude says,
Have a good show. A real tropical serenade.
I feel like not many people pay attention to the pre-show and totally miss these little references. Now, speaking of original shows, you know how the Tiki Room starts with a cast member waking up Jose?
We got Jose, it's showtime.
Well, have you ever listened to what he says to the cast member?
Oh, buenos dias, señorita. My siestas are getting shorter and shorter.
Notice how he says, Buenos dias, señorita? Well, back when the Tiki Room opened at Disneyland in 1963, only female cast members were allowed to work at this attraction. That's why Jose says señorita, because back then, it would have always been a female cast member working the Tiki Room. Thankfully, the attraction is now an inclusive place where any cast member can work, but since the show in Florida still uses the original audio from 1963, it's never been changed.
That's funny.
Number 1. Over in Liberty Square, Memento Mori is the Haunted Mansion gift shop. Memento Mori is actually a Latin phrase that translates to remember to die. Very fitting for a Haunted Mansion gift shop. Well, it appears as though this shop is actually owned by Madame Leota herself. If you look closely at the Memento Mori sign in Fantasyland, the pupil of the eye is actually a drawing of Madame Leota. Well, since Leota has now joined the afterlife, her spirit is still present in the shop. And I'm not talking about the merchandise. First, while you're walking around, keep your eyes peeled for the bottled spirits trapped in the jars above. They can definitely sense your sympathetic vibrations.
That's cool.
Madame Leota's portrait in her mortal state might look ordinary, but under UV light, there are some surprises lurking in the background. Now, the trick to actually finding the spirit of Madame Leota lies in this mirror on the back wall. From time to time, Leota's spirit checks in with the store to make her presence known. I mean, nothing creepier than getting watched while you shop, right?
That's
Here
weird.
at Memento Mori, there is no escaping Madame Leota. And it turns out she is the fairest one of all.
Weird, but that's
So,
like,
what is your favorite hidden secret or detail at Walt Disney World?
I would be scared if I saw that. Just someone staring at me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. Yeah, no, the video wasn't really that much of a hidden secrets video, but no. It's alright. It was a good video. If you guys want to watch that video yourselves, links going to be in the description down below. If you guys are new to the channel, be sure to hit that like button and smash the subscribe button. Even if you aren't new to the channel, hit that like button. And double check you're subscribed, because sometimes YouTube does unsubscribe. So, double check that, guys. Alright, make sure you're hitting that red icon. Please. Or else I'm going to hunt you down. That's how it is. No, I'm kidding. I'm messing with you guys. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. What you guys would like me to react to next. Thank you guys so much. Have a God bless day. Thank you guys. Peace out.